Might as well make it. All right, in this question was very well done. So I'm going to, it's pretty straightforward though. Y plus 7 equals 10, Y is equal to 3. So the answer was A. I think most of you, all of you got that. The solution to 3x plus 4 is equal to 16. Well, we could do it by hand or we could do solve in our calculator. 3x plus 4 is equal to 16, comma x, which is equal to, x is equal to 4, or D. Question 3 was not done so well, but once again, this was a CAS calculator problem. What were we doing? We're solving, and we're solving for 3x plus 4y is equal to 15. What goes here? Comma y. That will give you y in terms of x. Otherwise, we could have done it by hand, but we could say that if I subtract 3x from both sides, I'm going to have this. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 4, which is going to give me y is equal to 15 minus 3x over 4, which the answer was A. Can I get a show of hands of students who got that wrong, please? How many of you got that wrong? Okay, so it's probably an indication that you should have just done it in your calculator. Yep. All right, so a few of you. Equation of the straight line, remember that the y-intercept is equal to, that's when it's in this form here. It's not in this form at the moment. I could solve this, I could do solve, if you like, y plus 10 if you were really struggling. Solve that comma y. But all that's going to do is subtract 10 from both sides. So what we've got is we've got y is equal to 5x minus 10. So therefore, now it's in mx plus c form, c being the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is negative 10. Can I get a show of hands those students that got that wrong, please? There was a few of you. 1, 2, 3. Any more? I thought there was a few more. So the answer to that was negative 10. Once again, could have done it with your CAS calculator, but you needed to rearrange this equation to be into mx plus c form. All right, the first page was done fairly well. This, however, question was not done that well. Let's do it by hand. This is x1, this is y1. This is x2, and this is y2. My slope, if you like, slope is equal to rise over run, which is also equal to, the rise is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now y2 is equal to 25, y1 is equal to 10, and x2 is equal to 5, minus x1, which is equal to negative 5. 25 minus 10 is 15. 5 minus 5 is 5 plus 5, which is 10. And if I was to divide that through, 1.5 divided by 10 is the same as 1.5. The answer was A, and quite a few of you got that incorrect. If you think about it, even if I just plotted out a point just roughly in my head, negative 5, 10 is down sort of over here, and 5, 25 is sort of up here. We know it's going to be a positive slope. A lot of you probably didn't think that through. This question was pretty poorly done. We've got two equations. What's this? This is x is equal to what value? X is equal to 6. So therefore, x is equal to 2. That's baloney. That's baloney. That's baloney. You could almost have got it straight away. The question is, though, what's this value? This value is y is equal to negative 2. So that's a horizontal and a vertical line. The answer was C, and that question was quite poorly done. Now, this question in particular was really poorly done. First of all, what can you say about the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept just by looking at the graph? The y-intercept is equal to 3. Now, The problem is with this is these equations aren't in mx plus c form. But what can we say the y-intercept occurs when x is equal to what?
0.
Is equal to 0. Now let's test this out. This is where you should use process of elimination to do these. When x equals 0, if I was to let x equal 0 here, then I've got 3y is equal to 18. Is that going to give me a y-intercept of 3? No, it's not, because 3y is equal to 18, y is equal to 6, so it's not A. The second one, if I let y equal 0, which cancels that term out, or sorry, we're letting x is equal to 0, my apologies, 6y is equal to 18, is that possible? Yes, it is. It could be this, but we're not done yet. Let's do this one. 6x is equal to 18. Let x equal 0. Negative 3y is equal to 18. No, that's not going to work out, so we can cross that one out. Can we cross out this one here, D? Yes, let x equal 0. Minus 6y is equal to 18. We can cross that one out. So far we know it's B or E. Let's just try, E though. When x is equal to 0, 6y is equal to 18. Yeah, that could be right. So we know we've just ruled out 3 of the options. We know it's B or E. Now, what can you tell me about this line? Is it a positive or a negative line? It's a negative line. So now, which one of these, if I rearrange this one in my CAS, I'm going to do that. I might get my CAS open now. Is that going to be a positive or a negative line? No. It's going to be, what happens if I rearrange the equation in terms of y? Doesn't the 3x go to the negative 3x go to the other side? So it's going to be a positive line. Is this a positive line or a negative line? It's a negative. So the answer has to be E, but I'm going to show you why it's E with a CAS calculator. All right, so what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm going to rearrange this equation based on the fact that we've got 2 options. So what we're going to do is we're going to go menu 3-1, and we're going to plug in one of our, so this is probably the most poorly done question in the whole thing. But if I go solve 6y minus 3x is equal to 18, solve that, 6y minus 3x, 6y minus 3x is equal to 18. What else do I do? Comma, what goes there? Shout it out. Comma y, thank you. That is a positive line or a negative line? It's a positive line. So therefore, if it's not B, then it has to be E, because we've ruled out all the other questions. So therefore, the answer to that is E. And if you like, I could have rearranged that and done the same thing. 3x plus 6y is equal to 18. If I go back up here and go press enter, 3x. Okay, and let's change that to 3x, and let's just change that to a plus. There you go. We've got a negative line, and the negative line has, that's x over 2 plus 3, which is going to give us a y-intercept of 3. So, all right, so that was not done very well, but really, if you did process of elimination, you could have done it easily enough. A line passes through this and has a gradient of 3. Well, first of all, a gradient of 3 tells us what? It tells us that the coefficient of x is 3. Now, but what's remaining? It doesn't tell us a y-intercept. We've got plus c. What would I do now? Can I just pause the video and someone put their hand up and tell me what they're going to do now? Shh. All right, so Rochelle got the right answer and most of the class did not. So Rochelle, what did you do?
So basically you substitute negative 2 and 5 that point into the equation.
Yep.
And you've also got the gradient, so you substitute the gradient as well.
Okay, so we've got 2 unknowns. You need to have 2 bits of information. We've got the gradient, we've also got a point. So that's what we need to know in order to solve this. So what we can say is you don't need to do this working, but what we are doing is we're writing when x is equal to negative 2, y is equal to 5, and we're throwing that into this equation over here. So let's do that. 5 is equal to 3x, 3 times negative 2 plus c. That is equal to 5 is equal to negative 6 plus c, which rearranges to give c is equal to 11. So therefore the answer is C. Over here, c is equal to 5 minus c is equal to 5 plus 6, because we're adding 6 to both sides. Adding 6 to that side, adding 6 to that side, c is equal to 11. All right, 2 students. Now this was done fairly well. Go into a stationery store. One buys 3 exercise books. Shh. Let's just say exercise books. Let's just call them X. 3X and pencils. We'll just call pencils Y, for which she pays $8.71. This was done okay because I think a lot of you just realised it was the Linsolve in your calculator. The other student buys 2 exercise books and 6 pencils, for which she pays $8.44. 4 exercise books and 2 pencils will cost, well, I'm going to use Linsolve. And we're going to, oops, so let's see if this actually works. So we're going to use menu, algebra, solve system of equations, solve system of linear equations. We've got 2 equations, x and y. So what I'm going to do is go back to the question. 3x plus 4y is equal to $8.71, and I'm going to put that in. 3x plus 4y is equal to 8.71. And then the next one was 2x plus 6y is equal to $8.44. 2x plus 6y is equal to $8.44. And then there you go. Now we've been told that x is equal to 37 on 20 and y is equal to that. Now it's just asking us though for four exercise books and 2 pencils. So what we've got is we've got 4 times x plus 2 times y would be equal to. So I'm going to do that. 4 times 37 on 20, which I can use this tool here. 37 over 20. Plus 2 Oops. Plus 2 times 79 over 100. And that is equal to that, which is equal to $8.98. So the answer was A. All right. That was done better than I thought, actually. The solution to this, once again, the same thing that I've just done there, solving 2 system of equations. But as it turns out, that was x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4, or was that the other way around? I think it was x is equal to 4, y is equal to 3. But this is solving a system of linear equations. Solving CAS. So I'm not going to do that again. This graph, this was done okay. The y-intercept's 12, which means that that's going to rule that one out. It's also going to rule that one out, and it's going to rule that one out. So there you go. It's A or C. Now, question is this a positive line or a negative line? It's a negative, so the answer, it has to be C. If we've ruled out 3 of them just based on the y-intercept, then this question should have taken you all of 20 seconds. All right, that's the thinking we want you guys to have. Electrician, this was done fairly well. The answer was D. Because he charges $50 plus for every hour 65, and hours was N. That was done fairly well. This one was also done fairly well. At a convenience store, one donut costs $2.40 and one drink costs $3. So we can say that 5 times $2.40 plus the number of drinks we'll just call X if you like, times $3 is equal to 24. Let's have a look what that comes up with. That's 12 plus 3x is equal to 24. Well, no, I'm not going to do this by CAS, but you could solve that with your CAS if you like. But therefore, we now have to subtract 12 from both sides, which means we've got 3x is equal to 12. Therefore, x is equal to, dividing both sides by 3, x is equal to 4. And that was fairly well done as well. This one here, builder's fee is 60 plus 55N. Which one of these works out? Well, what you need to do is you need to do this one and check out which one of these is. So basically, process of elimination. $60 for 1 hour work. Let's check. Let's check part 1. If N is equal to 1, just substitution. Does C equal 60? No, it doesn't, because 55 plus 60 is 115. So that's out. 2 hours work. 2 times 55 is 110, plus 60 is not 110. $500 for 8 hours work. Well, 8 times 55, doing it in my head, is 440. 440 plus 60 does equal $500. So with substitution, therefore, the answer was C. This graph, this answer was really poorly done. The answer was E. However, what can you tell me about which ones could we rule out instantly? I'm going to pause this video. Which ones could we rule out? All right, so I've got Luke here, and Luke's going to... Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Luke's going to explain to me, without even knowing what this graph looks like, why A to D are all incorrect. Go for it. Why is A incorrect, Luke?
Because negative 3.6 doesn't go through the origin.
Okay, so we don't have a y-intercept for option A, or a t-intercept in this case. So A is ruled out, isn't it?
It is.
Why is B ruled out?
Oh, B and C both ruled out because the y-intercept is negative 38,
where it's actually 38.
Yeah,
so we've just ruled out those. And what about why is D ruled out, Luke?
Because it's a negative slope, not a positive slope.
Okay, so negative slope, which means it ruled out. So without even knowing what this graph looks like, we've just ruled out all of those options. The answer has to be E. All right, or you can think about it, yes, negative slope, positive, or t-intercept of 38. So you can see there that multiple choice questions shouldn't be hard, but a lot of you perceive them as hard because you're not going about it the right way. For this one, the answer was, well, you've basically got to throw your information into here. Okay, you can see there that N is equal to 1, then we've got a cost is equal to 30. So if I throw that into here, it's not going to work. If I throw it into here, it's not going to work. We're going to get a cost of negative. If I throw it into here, it could work, but will it work for this one? What about 3 rooms? 3 rooms is 60 plus 10. Does that equal 70? No, it does not. So it's out of these two. And if we throw in N is equal to 1 here, then that's going to give me a cost of $50. So the answer was A. And that was not done that well. Can I get a show of hands of students who got that one incorrect? Oh, quite a few of you got it incorrect and just afraid to do so. Now, no one put their hand up, but I guarantee you there was plenty that got that incorrect. This graph here, the graph here, this one was not. Now, which of these is not true? And as it turns out, a number of you didn't realise. Let's have a look at this one. I'm going to test this one out. Over a 5-month period, tree to grow around 4 centimetres a month. What's the rise over here? What's the rise? It goes from 5 to 35. So the rise is equal to 30. Lost it again. Rise is equal to 30. And what's the run? Goes from 0 to 5. So the run is 5. Oopsie. Let's try it again. It's not working. Resume. So the rise is 30. The run is equal to 5. So therefore the slope is equal to rise over run, which is 6. And they've told you that it's 4. So that one's incorrect. All right, so I've been through the multiple choice. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to make a video for the extended response. Where are we? Let's go there and stop the bloody thing.